Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Phantasy Calradia, 5th edition. Now, when we left off, we had just captured Kudan and indeed defeated one of the more difficult vassals that the Blazing Hand has to offer, and we have now recruited a couple of novices and nuns so that they can hopefully become squires and eventually knights. That would be a very nice thing to see indeed. So, without further ado, we are going to be attempting to take Selesg Castle, because I do believe the Blazing Hand had just taken this, or at least they had attempted to defend it against the Vaegirs. However, they now have a peace agreement with the Vaegirs. So, it appears that Sanctus Bellicus is the only place that is at war against the Blazing Hand now, which is rather upsetting, to say the least. I was really hoping that the Vaegirs would continue their offensive against the Order, but it appears that that will not be the case this time around. So, I will not be calling for a meeting. I don't believe that's going to work, so let's lead our soldiers in an assault, and I will do my very best to stay alive. Hopefully I will, this time around. So let's bless everyone we can. And then, of course, what we want to do is get into a good position with our archers, and we'll just let everyone else charge in. I would like to get to the front here, if possible, before anything happens to them, of course. I do want to make sure that I can heal our very, very good units at the front. Not entirely sure why a nun is wanting to go at the front here, but so be it. We'll just try to do our very best. Come on, take him out. Take out these Inquisitors. Oh, yes. Come on. As long as we can deal some damage to these guys, I think we'll be in a very good position. Oh, my. We'll be in a very good position. Yes. Probably should have healed myself right there. That would have been a good idea, wouldn't it? Oh, yes. Definitely would have been a good idea. Oh, yes. One of you actually did mention, that slipped my mind just now, I do need to purchase some more armor. I need to purchase some better armor, so I will be doing that. We have a rather large amount of money as it stands, so why not? Why wouldn't we do that? I'm just going to retreat here really fast. And we'll make some more ladders. This is going to be rather fast after all, yes. Thank you very much with our engineering skill right there. And now we can just heal ourselves back to full HP, which is exactly what we want to see right here. We do want to get back in the fight as quickly as we can, as they do have considerably more Inquisitors than I imagined, but so be it. We will be victorious here, whether they like it or not. And yes, back to the original subject that I was just talking about. I am going to be getting some better armor for Vederan here. It is, I believe, 327 days since Vederan was created, so you can imagine that, yes, he probably does need some new armor. This is the armor that I acquired, I believe, maybe 150 days ago? I have no clue, actually, on that, but I believe it was actually quite soon after creating him that we acquired this, because it had a very low strength requirement, and that is exactly why I liked it a lot, because then we were, of course, able to use it with our current strength, which was quite low at the time. So hopefully, this time around, it will actually serve us quite nicely to get some new armor, and hopefully I will not be dying anytime soon here. Although I am starting to take more damage than I would like. And why are there so many Inquisitors? That's all I can say. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's just heal. Thank you. Heal again. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now come on. Let's do some damage. They're healing themselves as well. Oh no! I got jetpacked. Did you see that? I was jetpacked away. No! Okay. Well, what can you do? I did a really good job at the front there. As far as I am aware, I did a pretty good job. And we're now just going to have to wait for our units. As you can probably see here, though, we are actually suffering more casualties than the enemy is. So, a little bit worrying, to say the least. What I'd like to know is why they have so many Inquisitors in here. That's for sure. But what can you do? They will not stand in our way of total domination of this land. And I must mention that I did actually scout the other areas that we could potentially siege, but they all had above 200 units. This is the only one with 83 units in, because I do believe that there was small skirmishes going around here not too long ago, and I was really hopeful that this would actually be a very, very quick siege, but apparently not. Apparently they are going to be difficult about it, and going to cause us a great deal of pain in the process, which is rather unfortunate to say the least. I really would have appreciated a little bit of leniency this time around, but yes, what can you do, I suppose. We are going to attempt to take out some of the vassals as well, if we can. I did notice that 2 of the vassals, namely Sir Caventim and Sir Kagar, I believe, were both in East Hill Castle, which is very close to Uruma Castle, so if, by any stretch of the imagination, they decide to attempt a siege against Uruma Castle, or indeed Kudan, because it is very, very close to them, then we might indeed have a very, very difficult chance of being able to defend it. So, who knows? Who knows? We might be able to, but as it stands, it's not looking good. Not looking good at all. And I'm still surprised that our many Inquisitors cannot push through their lines and indeed take them out. They only have 11 more. 10, 9 now, but seriously? They took this long just to take out these guys? I mean, oh, they have Blazing Hand Knights. I see. Well, the Blazing Hand Knights are actually quite powerful, so I suppose I shouldn't really be too surprised, but seriously, we have so many Inquisitors that I was so surprised for us to even have any kind of failure here whatsoever, but there it is, nevertheless. We were able to take it, but at what cost? Let's take a look. Yeah, look at that. 13 Inquisitors. Absolutely atrocious right there. 13 Inquisitors lost to the Grim Reaper, and look at that. We only took out 77. That is pitiful. That is really bad. There was a vassal there, but he was at 0% HP, so he should not have joined the battle as far as I am aware. But you never know these days. They do like to throw in a lot of units. That is for sure. So I'll take the caravan guards, and I don't think I will be taking anything else apart from the peasant women and the farmers, because all of these, maybe apart from the Nord archers, give us a problem with morale, I do believe. So I will be leaving all of these, and we'll just take as many Inquisitors and hopefully some knights. Yes, there we go. 1 knight. And we'll take some infantry as well, and we'll leave the rest. That will be fine. There we go, thank you very much. So I will be having this for myself, or we shall defer appointment of a lord? Let's defer it, because at the moment we are swimming in money, and we're actually doing quite well. So, yeah, I think that should be fine. And it gets an automatic garrison as well, which is always a good thing. So, now, I would like to take out East Hill Castle, but as I said, there is 2 vassals stationed there. So let's just wait here for some time. We do need to rejuvenate ourselves a little bit, and we'll see whether someone turns up to decide to launch an offensive against us. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. And now I feel incredibly sorry for the Kingdom of Nords, because they have now just become at war against the Ridus Majocracy, and they are no doubt going to be worthy adversaries of them, that is for sure. Oh dear. Well, it is the early morning. I suppose we should make a move, and move to where? I really want to take Taisake Castle, but you saw how it went last time when we tried to do that. That was just absolutely terrible. So maybe we could go to Linacre or Beluga Castle. I know Beluga Castle was actually just taken back by the Blazing Hand, so maybe that would actually be a weak standpoint for us to launch an attack at. And as you can see, this is what's currently happening with our wages at the moment. 9,300, pretty nice. None of our villages have been raided lately. So I can only assume that we've been doing a very good job at defending, but what is going on? The Nords are apparently doing something incredibly offensive to the Deltham Empire and the Ridus Majocracy, because now they've just received another declaration of war against them. Whoa, I would not like to be them right now. How are they actually doing? Not bad. They still have all of their original fiefs, but maybe that's the reason. Maybe that is the reason, although the Rodoks all have their fiefs as well. Is that correct? I believe it is. That is very interesting, isn't it? Because the Deltham Empire has not actually attacked anyone since the Blazing Hand at day 100, so that is very strange indeed. The Kurjik Khanate are still hanging in there. They still have Halmar and Nara under their control. And the elves aren't doing badly either. I mean, they have the least amount of territory as far as I am aware, but they are very strong, as you have mentioned in the comments previously. They have some incredible defense. So let's just see what Beluga Castle has in store for us. Hopefully not an incredible defense. Yes, that would be wonderful, wouldn't it? So let's head on over. Maybe we'll come across a vassal that is attempting to intercept us. But if not, then we will just have to make do with any units that are currently stationed there to take out our wrath upon. 46, okay, let's do it. Now, I don't know whether you noticed, but they do have 7 Blazing Hand Knights, which is definitely going to be a problem. Now, wait a minute, shall we call for a meeting with the castle commander? Nope, they're not going to do that. Okay, that is a little unfortunate. They only have 46, so I thought we might be able to do it, but it appears that it only works unless you have less than 20 or less than 15 enemies in the garrison of your potential conquering. So, we'll just have to see what we can do. Okay, now, I'm going to try and bless the units that are going in first, because we do want to make them do the most damage, of course. Now, this is actually a very, very good siege, as you can probably tell. Immediately, the ladder is wider, and as a result, we're going to be able to actually do some damage to our opponents right here, which is exactly what you want to see out of a siege equipment. And yes, look at that. We're able to get in immediately and do some serious damage to our opponents right here. And indeed take out one of the Blazing Hand Knights themselves. Excellent progress right here. Almost immediate as well. And that's what makes me think, why? Why oh why do we take thin ladders to any siege if you could take those ones? If you can take the wider ones. The wider ones are so good. So, hopefully, just hopefully, we will be able to have those wider ladders a little bit more often. That would be wonderful. So, I'm actually going to heal before we take out these last guys here, because I want our Blazing Hand Squire to stay alive, and hopefully I'll block some of their attacks as well with my body. Oh yes, throw myself in front of our units. I am an expendable unit in comparison to many of our Inquisitors and our Squires, or at least that is how I see myself, because I do believe me getting knocked unconscious is much better than losing 3 Inquisitors or 5 Inquisitors to any kind of death. So I think that was probably going to be my excuse whenever I die. Yes. Of course, of course. So there we are. No rescued prisoners, unfortunately enough, but we are able to take many prisoners and hopefully sell them. So yeah, we'll defer appointment once again because, of course, we do want the garrison to occur. And, of course, that would then mean that we can hopefully attract some vassals to join us. So, are we going to go for Linacre Castle or Maple Edge Castle? I believe Maple Edge Castle has 2 villages associated with it, so I do believe I will be heading over there. However, there are going to be many, many units in there. I don't believe Maple Edge Castle has been besieged at all in this entire game. And oh dear. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let us go. Speed on over there. Oh no. Don't do it. Don't do it, Circumventum. Oh my goodness. No. We almost made it. We almost made it. Okay, this is not a bad thing. This is not a bad thing. Look at that, 37, and he left it. He actually left it. Okay, well, that was a big mistake. An incredibly big mistake. Let's see whether he's... Oh! Okay. This is exactly what we want to see, isn't it? Do you give your word of honor that we'll be treated well? Yes. And we have taken it. I want to have it for myself. Are you serious? Yeah. Okay, we just took it in that short space of time. That is rather impressive, to say the least. Okay, so I think what I'm going to probably have to do is move some of our units from Yoruma Castle into Blazing Hand Temple. So let's just see what we can do about putting these guys in here, just for now, because they are not part of the Blazing Hand, and I think they'll do a pretty reasonable job at defending. And as I say that, I do believe that we have a huge amount of elven units in Yoruma Castle's garrison, so that would be an excellent idea to go and get them. Let's get some more female undead hunters, and we'll try to level them up. And now let's head down to Yuruma Castle. Unfortunately, we are leaving Blazing Hand Temple very, very weak. 13 units there. Not good. But if we come across Circumventim, I would like to be able to at least deal some damage to him, so... Oh my! Oh, you know what I'm going to do, right? You know what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to accept this. Why would you not? Why would you not accept this? Let's do it. There we are. Sanctus Bellicus, an Order of the Blazing Hand have made peace. And there's Sir Gavid with 65 units. I probably would have been able to take him on, but... Well, that's actually a very good turn of events right here, because as you can probably see, we are not at war with anyone. I suppose the Kingdom of Swadia would feel inclined to attack us, but they are only suspicious at the moment, so maybe they would not risk all-out war for a little bit of territory, so... Oh dear. Oh no. That's not too good. Okay, we are now going to be doing battle with some Death Knights. So let's bless everyone as best we can. And these Death Knights do not fear anything. They do not fear death. They do not fear us, that is for sure. And I suppose the only thing they fear is... fear itself? No. That's quite a classic saying, but no, I don't believe that is the case this time around. I think we're actually just going to charge everyone in here. I don't think we really need to worry about much, apart from their lances. Yes, there's the lance, as I say that. Great. Okay, well, I suppose this takes the place of Sir Gavid in that particular bout, so... yeah, we'll probably lose exactly the amount of units that we would have lost versus him, so I suppose that's all good, but... still, I didn't really want to lose anyone to these guys, that's for sure. And considering we don't have too many cavalry units, this is going to be rather painful, considering they have so many lances at their disposal. Oh dear. Oh my goodness, and they actually do a huge amount of damage as well. That reminds me, I do need to get some better armor. Now, I would like to take out their horses, if possible, but I don't think that's... Whoa, okay, never mind. My horse just died. That's not too good. Let's heal up before we actually get lanced in the face. Like that would make a difference, of course. Oh, dear. Okay, so let's just hope that... No. Bad skeletal knight. Oh, dear. Okay, we're fine. We are fine. Oh, can I ride one of their horses? No, probably not. Okay, come on, deal some damage. Not going to happen anytime soon. They're moving a little bit too fast. Wow, they actually have some really good shields as well. I do believe that was a shield that Arcane Deathbloom himself equipped, which was actually a very strong shield indeed. Maybe we'll be able to find that, who knows. There's 9 Renown as well. 9 Renown, 19 Morale, very, very nice indeed. And I do believe I'm not going to be heading in versus the last one, surely. I'm just going to leave it. Wait, do they have... they have some prisoners, but I don't believe it's worth it, to be honest. So I'm just going to head on to Yuruma Castle. I really just want to get Blazing Hand Temple sorted out with as many units as we can get, and we did gain already a pretty reasonable amount of renown and morale from those guys, so that's not too bad. Now, let's just take a look here. We have a huge amount, as you can see. Way too many. Look, we have 25 Dwarven Paragons. That would have been a really nice thing to have in the garrison at Blazing Hand Temple, wouldn't it? So, without further ado, let's take those out. We'll take some Master Dwarves as well. And, yeah, some more of those ranged units. We have 5 Blazing Hand Knights as well. Maybe we should take those. They're very powerful indeed. And there we go. Okay, I'll probably spend some time off screen doing a little bit of micromanagement when it comes to the garrison and everything. But, yes, just for now, we are going to be taking these few units back. And we'll see what we can do about purchasing some armor as well. Because we do have 100,000 to spend. And I think that's going to be completely fine. So let's head back in here, go to the armor, and this is what we can buy. So we, so far, have this. 50 to body armor, 14 to leg armor. We could purchase this for 23,000, and that would be 56 and 21. That's not a very large gain, is it? Not a very large gain at all. If we were to get this, however, then that would actually be a, well... not a very large gain either, it's only 10. So maybe getting increased armor is not going to help us survive, but maybe it will. I'm actually really in a quandary about this. Okay, Well, let's do it. Let's go for this, because that makes him seem more holy, and I think we probably need that. And then we'll go for this. We are spending a rather serious amount of cash, but wait a minute. I'll probably give my old stuff to one of our companions at some point. But there it is, 30,000 dinars. We have 50,000 in the Gnomish Bank, so I suppose that's not too bad. And now let's just go into the garrison here. We'll place some of these units in there. There we go. Okay, and we still have a pretty decent fighting force, to say the least. So, I will be ending this episode off here, and next time on Phantasy Calradia, I am not entirely sure what we will be doing, because I will probably have attempted to recruit a load of units from various factions, most notably the Nords, the Vaegirs, probably the Blazing Hand units as well, and hopefully get some Elven units too. Hopefully get them a little bit leveled up from the skeletons in the area, and then be able to put them in Kudan and Blazing Hand Temple's garrisons to defend it. And then we will decide what we will attack, because I know that the Nords are at war against 2 different factions. And as you can see, they have Curor all alone by itself. And I'm pretty sure that they're not going to have too many units in the garrison there, so I think we have a rather good chance to take that. If we declare war against the Nords, then maybe also the Ridus Majocracy as well as the Delthasum Empire are going to attack at the same time, and as a result the Nords would not be able to contend with all of us on every single front. So who knows, maybe that is a good idea, and we will see what happens in the next episode. So, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.